Good Sunday morning to you all. Finished last night's vlog. It was a record late. I think I finished around 4 something in the morning. When you come home and you gotta edit and you've had a few drinks in you. I live in China, you know, so we have to use a VPN in order to upload the video to YouTube or check Facebook or see Twitter. We have to have this virtual proxy network. Yesterday, as I was uploading the YouTube video, it would go in batches. It would be like really, really fast, and I'd be like, oh, this is only gonna take a couple of minutes, and then it would go shoo, and then stop. And then really, really fast, and then shoo, and then stop. And it was gonna end up taking 4 hours to upload the video, so I kept having to switch network, switch network, switch network, switch network, and something must have gotten confused along the way, because I waited an hour and a half to upload the first copy of yesterday's vlog, and then it told me that it wouldn't play, it was corrupt. So I waited an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it was, for nothing, and I had to do it over again. It was really a fast edit. I think I edited that vlog in like an hour or so, but there was three hours uploading and uploading. I ended up uploading it 2 times. The second time I literally was sitting in that corner sofa just like trying to keep my eyes open, because every time it would slow down, I'd have to switch networks, you know, otherwise it would never upload. It's kind of an interesting thing, because I have a deadline every day to get the vlog out. When that deadline is over, if I don't have that vlog out, then I feel like I haven't quite done my job. I'm really working on this as a mission. It's a good thing and a bad thing, because for one thing, it forces you to get the job done. For another thing, like if you do make a mistake, it's up there. And you know what, I gotta focus on the next day's video. There's no real worry. It's like you focus on the one, that's done, whatever happened, it's out of the way, and then you gotta focus on the next one the next day. It's cathartic, you know? Especially when you're in like a business like mine, which is import-export, and some of these projects can last months, you know, half a year before delivery is taken, designing products, shipping, logistics, you know, production, all of that jazz before they get the product. And here, there's no pay, but they're daily projects. And once they're done, and you gotta work on the next one. Annie took Eva early to Annie's sister's house, and they're over there. So we're gonna go and eat some lunch at Annie's sister's place. Sister's house now. Xiao Xiao, who you know, you've seen a bunch of times, she's doing something called Maobi.
The pen with the hair. Mao is the hair. Bi is the pen. Maobi.
Chinese calligraphy. She's studying next door. So let's go have a look at that. To the next door. When did you learn that?
I never learned it. But I really like it.
比妈妈好。妈妈字写得很清爽啊，这个还是儿子好，不够大。
When you write a Chinese character, there's a whole bunch of rules you have to follow. First of all, you can see those squares are cut into quadrants. Each part of that square is where a certain part of the character is written. So you must write the character in the proper order in the proper area. The order is very important too. The order of each line that you create, the character is critical. If you don't write it in the correct order, it's technically not right. The other thing is the actual stroke. Like a stroke this way or a stroke this way is totally different. So if you write a character with a stroke this way and you actually write the stroke that way, it's technically improper. Also, each movement has certain names. Like Dian is like a little mark, and then there's longer marks, and then Pie is like that down and up. Every single movement in calligraphy, in Chinese calligraphy, has a name. It's pretty amazing. There's 20,000 of these characters plus 50,000, I think. Really old-time characters. 3,000 characters, and you could read a newspaper. What's the marks? There's Dian, Pie, And then 十狗, right? 十狗. 盆. 属狗. 盆. I know. Well, it's a long time ago you taught me that. Okay, so this is some of her homework. So that's 点 T. 横属
No, 横沟
横狗
撇
树
竖
横撇
捺
捺
He can write a lot of Chinese letters in 3 days. And he forgot.
Yeah. Annie and I took a trip a long time ago to Guangzhou for the Canton Fair. And I don't know what happened. The stars were aligned, but I asked Annie, I says, hey, can you show me some Chinese characters? Because I don't know many. And she gave me a little notebook. And we crunched through like 300 characters in a matter of 3 or 4 days. And I remembered them for a long time. And then they slowly trickled out of my ear and fell into the ether. Xiao Xiao's doing calligraphy. Dada is playing with Legos. Dada loves Legos.
I found them, maybe. I have never seen these people.
Annie is trying to teach me the nursery rhyme that her sister and her have been saying to Xiao Xiao.
Okay.
门前大桥下，游过一群鸭，快来快来数一数，26、7、8，咕嘎咕嘎，真呀真多呀，数不清到底多少呀。门前大桥下 ，the ducks. 门前大桥下 is in front of the door have a big bridge. 游过一群鸭
A group of ducks swimming past.
A group of ducks swim past. 快来快来数一数 Come over here, come over here. Let's count the ducks. 26、7、8 That's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Googa googa. That's the sound the ducks make in China. It's not quack quack. It's googa googa. 真呀真多呀 Wow, there's a lot of ducks. Is that what it says? 数不清到底多少呀 What's that?
Count actually count. Like cannot.
It's so many you can't even count.
Yeah.
数不清到底多少呀 What? So that's your nursery rhyme for today. Okay, now Annie just told me there's a second verse to this song, and Annie's sister doesn't know. So I'm gonna learn that second verse, and next time we sing that nursery rhyme to Eva, I'm gonna break loose and just rock this shit out and sing the second Chinese verse. Anyways, Annie's translating it for me and helping me to study it. What?
胡子白花花，唱呀唱呀家乡戏，还会说笑话。小孩小孩，快快上学校，别烤个鸭蛋抱回家，别烤个鸭蛋抱回家。
So my mission now is to learn that to heart and then sing it. All right, I'm done here. I'm gonna go back to the house and then head to the office. Kind of an interesting view. Our apartment is right there. That's our place. My shirt's very glittery today. Something 10 years ago, affliction style. All right, back at the house. Real quick update on the fish tank. The Hulk yesterday was really digging in deep, and I think that's a sign that he's kind of satisfied with where he is. Hopefully that's the truth, and he ends up hanging out there. There's the Hulk. His mouth is that center part, and it's actually quite long. He was smiling last night. I don't know if maybe that's because he's thinking about splitting. Because anemones, they don't really have sex. They simply split in two, and those two end up splitting in two, and so on and so forth. Which would mean there's two Hulks, which I don't know. I'd probably have to get rid of one of them. Can't have too many of those green carpets. Anyway, Bob is pushed against the wall, lifting up. Chaos as usual. I'm gonna get ready, and I'll see you on the road. Holy moly, the weather is beautiful today. I think I might need to take the trike out. And the drone. I've been wanting to fly it a little bit more than I have. Been kind of cooped up at the house. What are you doing, man? I have no idea what that car was trying to do. He drives straight through the intersection with his turn signal on, as if he's gonna turn. And I slow down thinking he's gonna pass by, but then he stops in front of me, gives me a shit-eating grin, and then proceeds to turn his original right. Almost as if his thought process was, I want to turn right, but I have a chance to hit the cyclist, so I'm gonna do that first. Then I will turn right, very obnoxiously. Touché, my friend. Okay, so this is the plan. I'm gonna go for a run. Then, after I'm all sweated up, I'm gonna get the trike and take the trike out with the drone and see if I can video some really cool construction sites. Okay, the batteries are good to go. So that means I can go for my run. When I come back, I will take the drones out. I got some good news and bad news. The bad news is that I don't have any running shoes here. I have my bike shoes. The good news? Well, we could fly the drone a little earlier. Let's get the trike ready. Yeah, some people have asked me, like, why don't you take the trike everywhere, like to and from the office? Why do I see you riding a road bike? But I don't have a garage. I only have an office upstairs. It's not really allowed at the house, and it takes up a little bit of space. So when I can ride it is when I have time to pull it out, set it up, and take it out. Oh, well, we're done flying for the day. It worked out really well. I have this trailer, and I can leave everything on inside the trailer. The propellers stay on, the batteries stay in, the controller stays set up. It's perfect. I had a couple of people asking me about my decision to start the tour in the spring again, and how that reflects on my health. They're asking me how my knee was. If you guys weren't aware, I tore my meniscus last time I tried to start this tour, and the doctors recommended that I, especially if I wanted to climb Everest, which is what I was preparing for, that I get off the road, so I stopped. I know I'm gonna restart. I have 8 months to get in shape, to lighten my load, possibly, unfortunately, get rid of the trailer. I was on Everest. In front of me was a Chinese man with no feet. They were cut off below the ankle, and he was scaling Everest. From what I heard, he didn't summit, but I saw this man with spiked pedals attached to his nubs of legs ascending what was extremely difficult for even me, and I have my feet. He found his way up the mountain, and I have to find my way up my own mountain, figuratively speaking. I just don't really believe in giving up. Did you see him wave? Hey guys, I want to say something. I was talking a little bit about how I didn't finish the last 2 times I started my tour. It's kind of a philosophy of mine to consider failure, as in the definition of failure, a little bit different than most people. I don't define failure as trying something and not succeeding. The only definition of failure that means anything is failing by not trying in the first place. It's sort of like me saying I'm going to start my world tour. The only way I could fail at that is by not. I am not double negative, you know. I believe the mind is really powerful, and it could also be your worst enemy. The moment you start doubting yourself or saying, I might not be able to do it, I don't think I can do it, man, my knee might be bad again, all sorts of suppositions, all that you're doing is you're setting yourself up for failure. So when I said that I'm going to start in spring, I meant it. In here and in here. If I have knee problems, then I have knee problems. But I'm just gonna have to cross that bridge when I come to it. I'm not trying to be naive about things. Always believe that you can, and most of the time you will. If I was to worry about failure when I decided to move to China, I would have never came here. Because the odds were so much stacked against me. There was so much stuff I didn't know. There were so many things that I feared that if I would have let that option creep into my head, I would have never come here. And today I'm probably at one of the happiest moments of my entire life. I've never really had a risk not pan out in some way or another. Always tends to steer you in a direction. It might not have been the original direction. It might not have been the way that you wanted it in the beginning, but it turns into something so much better. Just do it. I'm gonna end it now, early. Go home, eat some food. Everybody take it easy. Only do. Do subscribe, do like, do dislike if you want, and do comment, because I love to read them. Thanks guys, see you tomorrow, bye. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot the continuation of the Places You'll Go, dedicated to Eva. So without further ado, we'll go to the next page and I'll show you what I decided on translating it to. Now the next verse is, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the guy who'll decide where to go. So first of all, it's apparently dedicated more towards a guy than a girl, so I had to change that. Secondly, she's not exactly leaving the nest yet, so I adjusted it to be a little bit more timely for a newborn, so this is what I chose. You have hair on your head, You have toes on your feet for you to traverse every path, trail, or street. But we are here with you to guide you along until you see fit to judge right from wrong. Anyways, that's my translation of that page. Next one tomorrow. See ya.